Alright YouTube, today we're going to be making a roasting spit, I guess if you will, and a hanging pot holder. What we have here is 3/16 round cold steel, 3 feet long, and then we have some 1/4 inch rolled steel that's 4 feet long. And I'm going to show you how to make your own cooker. So the first thing we're going to do is take our 1/4 inch and cut it at 2 feet. That way we'll have equal lengths for each individual hanger or cooker spike. Alright, I went ahead and cut our 1/4 inch into 2-foot pieces. We're going to set that aside and work on our 3/16 holder. Alright, so now what we're going to do is work on our holder. We're going to bend us a loop in here, and I haven't figured out what I'm going to do with the rest of it right yet, but I'm going to show you how to bend the loop. What you're going to need is a propane torch or any torch that you might have handy, and this is my ADC multi-tool. It's a Gerber suspension. It's a very great one. And this is what we got. You can see it's curled, kind of tilted at an upward angle. I'll show you why in just a moment. And one thing to make sure of on your holder is that it'll accept the rod that you're trying to use in this way. That way you can just kind of snap it in there and go. I have to stretch this one out, and I'll show you what I mean. Alright, so now that we've stretched it out, you can see what I mean. You can just snap it right in. That's all it takes. It might take you a couple tries to get it right, but a little bigger gap is better than a smaller gap. You can always close it back up by heating it up and smashing it with a hammer if you're a perfectionist. But yeah, that's perfect. And this is why I curled it, is to put it at a upward pitch. Say if you got your billy can on there and it's kind of heavy, I mean that'll sag. So you don't want everything sitting in the fire. And for the cooking spike, you keep it out of the flames, but to where the heat will actually reach it, and you won't burn your food. Okay, so what I've done here is I've flattened this into a point, heated it up with a torch, and used my makeshift anvil here. I took the end of our holder, and like I say, I flattened it out into a point for ease of sticking into the ground. Alright, now with our hanging attachment for your water bottles and whatnot, what we're going to do is we're going to take this end. Ow, that's hot. We're going to take this in, we're going to heat it up, and we're going to put a U shape in it. to help with holding handles and whatnot. So here you can see our bow, which is why we went with the high angle like that. If you add a water bottle, it drops. And this, we left the 3/16. We left it 3 foot long because I'm not sure exactly how tall I want it right yet. And these are at 2 foot, so I mean I could have a pretty decent size fire and still be able to use it. I mean that's overkill if you ask me. Now this is one of the ends. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to take a regular 8-penny nail. I thought about using some bigger 16s, or I think these are actually for gutter. I thought about making a real big spike. I mean, that's about 5-inch nail. But I thought about just going with a compact, something small, easily adaptable. I mean, use them for fish or squirrels, anything like that. I take and flattened out the heads and put them on an angle. That way when I put them together, they make a fork. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tack weld these together and then tack weld them to the end of the shaft. Alright, and there we have it. That is our meat cooking skewer and fork. This is our pot holder. I put a blunt tip on this one. So there we have it. This is our finished piece. Yeah, thanks. Don't forget to subscribe. This is AJ for Urban Bushcraft NC. See you next one.